Okay, we've got two of our top three finishers today from our Steel Commander Superbike race here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. Our winner, Cameron Bobier, and second place, Jake Gagne. Bobby Fong, as you saw, finished third, but he's got a little bit more work to do today. So we'll try to get him up here. Well, maybe he'll be up here after the baggers. We can talk to him about both races. We'll start with Jake. He's our defending three-time champion. I know you like to race. Like, I think you prefer that than, I mean, you probably prefer a runaway win. But I know you like the battle, and you had one today. Was it as much fun as it looked like?
Yeah, definitely. It was cool. I mean, like I just said, like going into the race, starting second row, having like fast guys in front, fast guys behind, like it's a whole different story than last year, you know, or last couple of years. And I keep saying it, but there's so much speed in this Superbike class now. It's pretty cool to be a part of. And it was one of those days, I mean, all I want to do is get a clean start, but you never really know what kind of pace guys are going to have, especially kind of that second half. So I was actually kind of surprised. I wasn't sure, you know, Bob passed Heron, he went off, and then Bob ran a little wide, and then I was in the lead, and then I wasn't sure who was behind me, honestly. I knew Bobby was there. I figured Cam was there. But yeah, I think it was pretty slick out there. The Dunlops held up well, but the heat of that track, this place gets really greasy. And man, I'm happy the bike was working really, really good. I was just, man, kind of like last year, I was just struggling with such bad arm pump after half the race. Like I just felt like a sitting duck. But that just shows you how good this Yamaha is working. And yeah, it was a fun race. Again, like I knew somebody was going to try to pass me out. Our second to last lap, Cam came up the inside somewhere. We went back and forth a couple of times. So it was a good race and a good way to start the year.
Congratulations. Our winner today, Cameron Bobier. It's his 60th Superbike win of his career. Back from injury last year at pit race, missed the rest of the season. Was there a time when you were sitting on your couch after the injury when you thought, yeah, I don't need to go do this again? Or were you always hungry? I know you got hungry towards the end, but in the beginning, was it a bit rough?
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pretty over motorcycles after Pittsburgh and sitting at home hurt, you know. But I mean, we all of us share this passion, you know. This got motorcycles in our blood, and a couple months go by, and then you start getting hungry, and then the team posts the date for the first test, and then you have something to work towards, and yeah, and then after that, I was just itching to go racing. You know, we got a couple good tests under our belt. Felt really good at the test. Made some good progress with the bike, with the Tytler's guys, and yeah. So big hats off to them. They worked their butts off all off season to elevate our game. And yesterday didn't necessarily start out great, throwing the bike down the road in the second practice, but yeah, today was awesome. You know, we didn't make it easy, Jake, either on ourselves, starting on the second row of the grid, just with how stacked the field is right now. And like Jake said too, it's pretty awesome to race with all these guys. I mean, I was only 2 or 3 tenths off, and I was back in fifth in qualifying, and that hasn't been the case so much in the past years in MotoAmerica Superbike. So it's pretty cool. Just, yeah, happy to be back and happy to, you know, feel healthy. And yeah, Jake was setting a good pace up there in front, and I think we were all kind of in management mode. The track was pretty greasy. We were sliding around, and yeah, I feel like it would have been pretty risky to go any faster. So yeah, I was just trying to bide my time. Bobby was making it really difficult because he was so deep on he was so late on the brakes, and I kept catching him on the back straightaway and had to roll out a little bit. I would catch him at the worst spot going into the kink, and then he would brake super deep down into 10, and so I was kind of stuck there, and I was just biding my time until the last few laps, and yeah, I was able to make a couple good passes, and Jake and I went back and forth that last lap, and was able to bring it home. So it's a good feeling.
Was the pass you made for the lead 2 laps from the end, was your thought originally to do that on the last lap, or did you always think it was okay to do it with 2?
I was trying to do it with 3 to go, but I ran wide in the corner before the back straight, turn 9, and kind of ruined my chances there. But Yeah, it was good.
You've kind of answered this before with how strong the Superbike grid is. I mean, in years past, even going back with you and Tony, I mean, on a bad day, you'd still get third. A bad day now, you could get sixth or seventh.
Yeah, or worse.
Right.
With JD back, with Baz, with SDK, like, I mean, they're all world-class riders along with all the other guys. So we saw how strong Heron was last year. Obviously, this guy, Cam P, like, it's the list is pretty long, and it's tough, yeah, but it's pretty cool.
Now, you got to follow SDK in the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going good for his first ever Superbike race.
He's riding really good. Yeah, I know. I know he had his tough times in the last couple of years, and man, a lot of people don't know just what the level is over there in Moto2, and he's a really, I know he's a really talented rider. So I think it's pretty cool. He's fighting for a podium. This, his first Superbike race out here with us, and I think he's got a bright future in Superbike.
All right. Any questions?
Kim, would you say you said it was pretty hard last year, even before Pittsburgh? You said bouncing back from the crashes you had. In terms of coming back, so you said this more of a struggle for you mentally or physically to get back into a good place.
I'd say both. I don't like talking about it, but hitting your head's it's scary. It's not fun, and it's not something you want to mess around with. But not only that, like when it happens, when it's kind of out of your control, it just kind of scares you more than anything. So I've been racing for a long time and had some pretty bad luck in some of those crashes last year. But I'm glad, I'm healthy and put it behind me. And like I said, it was the longest off season I've ever had. I mean, I was off the bike for a long time, but I feel like it was good for me just to kind of step away and then get that hunger again and get excited to go testing and racing again.
Matthew?
Jake, you got a really great, on the second to last lap, you got a great drive up the hill here. And you had it down inside. Was that your plan for the last lap as well? Or did you show the cars a little early? Was that like that?
No, well, for sure, Cam too. Like when he got me on that last lap, he stayed tight in that right-hander. And I think he's like, "You're not squaring me up this time, even if I have to stop this thing." So, yeah, because he did run a little wide in the left because he's in there hard on the brakes, but he squared it up. So I'm sure he knew. We did that a couple times last year, so he's a smart dude. He knows what's going on with the guys around him. And so yeah, hats off to Cam and the team and their team. That was a good race. And yeah, again, it's going to be a lot of this stuff this year, so it's going to be a lot of fun to be a part of.
Okay, thank you.
Where did SDK end up?